Welcome to our special presentation on street food safety. In this video, we will delve into a research study conducted by Professor Suresh Mishra, Chair Professor and Coordinator, Center for Consumer Studies, and Dr. Mamta Pathania, Faculty of Public Administration at IIPA. The study, sponsored by the Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India, aimed to examine the attitudes, preference, and awareness regarding food safety and hygiene among street food vendors in India. Additionally, it assessed the impact of street food on consumer behavior and provided recommendations for improving food safety standards. The objective of this research was twofold. Firstly, to assess the level of awareness about food safety and hygiene practices among consumers. Secondly, to analyze the factors influencing consumer behavior towards street food. Furthermore, the study aimed to evaluate the knowledge and attitude of food vendors regarding food safety and hygiene practices, as well as their awareness of food safety laws and regulations. Ultimately, the research aimed to draw conclusion and propose measures for better consumer protection and adherence to food safety guidelines by street vendors. The impact of this research is significant considering the vital role street food plays in meeting the food and the nutritional requirement of urban consumers, particularly those with lower incomes. By identifying the gaps in food safety practices and awareness, this study sheds light on the potential risk associated with street food consumptions. It highlights the need for improved food safety policies and enforcement, creating a safer environment for consumers and supporting the livelihoods of street food vendors. Based on the research findings, several recommendations have been put forward to enhance street food safety. First and foremost, it is crucial to involve all stakeholders, including street food vendors, consumers, government, in ensuring the safety of street food. Strengthening food safety policies and enforcing food safety laws more rigorously would significantly reduce the hazards associated with street food. To improve the conditions of street food vendors and prevent jeopardizing public health, building awareness about maintaining quality standard is essential. Implementing a comprehensive training program for street food vendors would be highly beneficial, as it would educate them about food safety practices and increase their awareness. Collaboration with major food businesses such as Nestle, Patanjali, and Dabur under the corporate social responsibility initiatives can play a significant role in educating food vendors. Educational institutions, particularly schools and colleges, can also contribute by raising awareness about food safety and hygiene practices among consumers and street food vendors. The research suggests making registration and licensing of street food vendors mandatory to ensure consumers receive safe food. Strict enforcement of these regulations is crucial for the successful implementation of food safety standards. To improve management and enhance monitoring, the research proposes the creation of an online portal for street food vendors integrated under the supervision of the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, FSSAI. This centralized platform will allow real-time data access and better management of the food safety system. Lastly, the research recommends that the health and the medical records of all the street vendors must be mandatory for granting licenses. Displaying the registration certificates along with the vendor's health records will provide reassurance to consumers regarding the safety and hygiene practices of the vendors. Among the respondents, a staggering 94.3% reported consuming street food. When asked about the reasons for eating street food, 33.9% found it tasty, 31.1% found it convenient, and 17.3% sought a change from home food. Factors influencing consumer choice of street food included taste, with 56.3% of respondents preferring it for its delicious flavors. Variety was another significant factor, with 51.1% opting for street food to enjoy different options. Additionally, 45.3% appreciated the freshness of street food. In terms of consumer awareness, the study revealed that 53.8% of respondents were not aware that street food vendors must be registered with the FSSAI, and a staggering 73.9% were unaware of the FSSAI itself. When asked about the importance of regulating street food, 59.3% of respondents agreed that street food should be regulated to ensure safety and hygiene standards. The research also focused on the awareness and practice of street food vendors. Shockingly, 87.6% of the vendors surveyed were not aware of food safety standards, and 46.2% were unaware of food safety laws and regulations in India. Additionally, 73.2% were unaware of the registration and licensing requirement under the FSSAI. The study examined the hygiene practices of street food vendors. Alarmingly, 93.1% of vendors surveyed did not wear an apron, 95% did not cover their heads or use gloves, and only 21.3% avoided chewing or talking while serving food. Regarding oil usage, 46.4% of vendors admitted to reusing oil for cooking, and 57.9% serve food with their bare hands, which raises concerns about food safety. Shocking, isn't it? Well, not really. The study also highlighted the lack of formal training and licensing among street food vendors. A staggering 83.2% did not have a food safety license, and 95.5% had not received any formal training in food safety and hygiene practices. In light of these findings, it is crucial to take action to ensure street food safety and protect consumers. The research suggests raising consumer awareness about food safety practices and the importance of choosing vendors who follow hygiene practices. To achieve this, the study recommends educational campaigns targeting consumers, schools, and colleges to promote awareness of food safety and hygiene practices. Additionally, initiatives by major food businesses under their corporate social responsibility can contribute significantly to educating consumers. To improve the condition of street food vendors, the research emphasizes the need for comprehensive training programs. By equipping vendors with the knowledge and skills to maintain food safety and hygiene practices can ensure safer food safety street food experiences for consumers. Furthermore, the study recommends streamlining the registration and licensing process for street food vendors. Strict enforcement of these regulations, along with the provision of health and medical record, will ensure consumer confidence in the safety and hygiene practices of vendors. In conclusion, this research study highlights the need for concerted efforts to improve street food safety in India. By implementing these recommended measures, including stakeholders' involvement, strengthening food safety practices, and raising awareness, we can create a safer environment for consumers and support the livelihoods of street food vendors.